Welcome to the Spotlight on Automated Reporting for Sage 300. In this video, we're going to use Process Scheduler in conjunction with Report Runner and Info Explorer to automate Sage 300 reporting. Process Scheduler allows you to schedule repetitive tasks in Sage 300, but when used in conjunction with Report Runner and Info Explorer, it allows you to automate crystal reports. The parameters for the crystal reports are stored in Report Runner, and then these reports can be scheduled by Process Scheduler. These could be either your Sage 300 crystal reports or your custom Sage 300 crystal reports. When run through Process Scheduler, they are saved and emailed as per the configuration. You can also automate the running of GLFR reports. The parameters are stored in Report Runner, and Process Scheduler runs the FR view on all the tabs in the worksheet. The worksheet is then saved, and the Excel workbook is emailed to the configured recipients. And when scheduling the refreshing of Info Explorer cubes, the Info Explorer cubes are refreshed and emailed to the appropriate recipient. We're going to have a look at the steps of using Process Scheduler with Report Runner and Info Explorer. We're going to briefly have a look at the Report Runner configuration for crystal reports and financial reports in the two companies that we're going to schedule the reports for. We're going to check that you need to configure the email in Report Runner for sending emails. You need to configure the crystal reports, and you need to configure the financial reports. And we also need to configure the Info Explorer cubes for the companies that we want the cubes to run in. And then we're going to create a custom schedule in Process Scheduler, and it's going to have 3 steps per company. The first step is going to be a level 1 action to run an Information Manager report, which will pick up and run all the crystal reports that are scheduled to be run by now. A level 3 action, run financial report group, which will run the nominated financial report group and email and save as requested. And a level 1 action to refresh the Info Explorer cube. And we're going to have a look at this running in multiple companies, Orchid Ltd and O11. Then we're going to test the schedule and schedule using the Windows Task Scheduler. In Orchid Ltd, in IM Setup, in the options, we have configured the email for any emails being sent by Report Runner. And we've created any email messages that we want to send with our reports. And then for our crystal report runner, we have added all the crystal reports we want to our desktop, set the parameters for these reports, and specified those ones that we want to schedule, and schedule when they're next going to be run. Similarly, for our financial reports, we can group them into groups. For example, Department 100 has these 3 reports, and we can add as many financial reports as we need, and we schedule these by report group. Similarly, in O11, we have configured our email, configured our email messages to be sent with our reports, and in our analytical reports, we have scheduled any reports that we want to run and specified the schedule. And in our financial reports, we've created our groups of financial reports and attached those reports that belong to that group, and that's what we're going to schedule in Process Scheduler, a report group. In Process Scheduler, we have configured which company our schedules are stored in, and in companies we have configured which companies we want to run schedules for, so in our case O11 and Orc Ltd. Configured any email messages that we might use in these schedules, and then gone ahead to create our schedule. So this schedule is not going to send any email about the schedule running because there will be emails going from each of the individual steps. So in Orc Limited, we're going to run an Information Manager report. And this will run all the crystal reports that have been scheduled to be run by now. And then in Orc Limited, we're going to run a financial report group, and we select the report group. So we're going to run all the reports in Department 100, passing in the current fiscal year and period, saying the format that we want this to be exported in, and where the file must be stored, and who it must be emailed to. The third step is going to run this particular Info Explorer cube. And if needs be, it can pass in parameters and the email message template to go with the cube. And then we have 2 additional steps to run the crystal reports in O11 and the financial reports in O11. And to test the schedule, we can run it now. And just speeding up the process a little. And when run from the schedule screen, we get a summary of the actions that were taken and any error messages. But we also get those details on the audit log. They were all successful. And the crystal reports emailed from Orc Ltd were attached and emailed. The financial reports from Orc Ltd were attached and emailed. The Info Explorer cube was attached and emailed. And similarly for those crystal reports in O11 and financial reports in O11. And if we want to schedule that, we can go to our Windows Task Scheduler, create a task, say it's going to run whether the user is logged in or not. On the triggers, we're going to run this daily at 11 p.m. And the actions we're going to do is to run our Oz integrity check and pass in the schedule name. And when we save, we need to specify the network user ID and password for this task to run. And here's our report. And after 11 p.m. each day, the status will be updated when this task is run. We have just seen how to automate crystal reports using Process Scheduler and Report Runner. These could be Sage 300 crystal reports or your own custom crystal reports. The reports can be saved and emailed. We've also seen how to schedule GL financial reports, where the parameters for the GL financial report writer are stored in Report Runner. And we saw how to schedule and refresh Info Explorer cubes, and the cube itself is emailed. Thanks for looking at the Spotlight video on Process Scheduler and automating Sage 300 reports using Report Runner and Info Explorer. For more details on these modules, please go to orchid.systems and review the appropriate module product page. For Report Runner, we have details, fact sheets, demonstration videos and training videos on setting up Report Runner for both Crystal reports and financial reports. For Info Explorer, we have fact sheets, videos, demonstration videos and training videos and brochures on the Info Explorer page. And similarly for Process Scheduler, information on what tasks can be automated with Process Scheduler, the fact sheets, the videos, demonstration videos and training videos can be found on orchid.systems on the Process Scheduler page.